Well, we better start the show, shall we? How you doing? My name is Rusty Humphries, and I do a show as long as I want to. If I feel like doing a 10-minute show, we'll do a 10-minute show. If I feel like doing a 2-hour show, we'll do a 2-hour show. You know why? Because I believe in freedom. I believe in doing what's right. I believe in not doing a boring show. I don't believe in forcing to do 3 hours a day. Every day, that's all we ask. I don't want to do that anymore. And nor do you want to sit and watch it, and I don't blame you. So, check in. Let me know who you are, where you're deplorable from, and let's say hi, shall we? Oy vey. Today, the left. It's just, is there any honor among these people? These are some of the most disgusting human beings on the planet. Diane's there, Jack is there, Joyce checking in, Reagan is a deplorable from Texas, Rolly's there. By the way, today's show is powered by Right Wing News and the nice folks at Liberty One TV. Great people like Pete Santelli. Have you seen his show? He does an awesome job. Rob Carson's there. Jermaine, there's a whole bunch of nice folks there. Go check out the show at Liberty One TV. You will be glad you did. Also, there is a wonderful product I'd love to tell you about, and that is called Virtual Shield. Virtual Shield, man, you keep... okay. You ever go online and you look at a product for like 2 seconds, and next thing you know, ads pop up? You're looking at, I don't know, name the product. And all of a sudden you see ads pop up. Well, how's that? A lot of times it is because your internet service provider is selling your browsing history to other companies. And that's what Virtual Shield will help stop. It is the easiest to use and the fastest VPN virtual private network in the world. And you should go and check it out. Go to virtualshield.com/rusty. virtualshield.com/rusty. Find out what you can do. And at the same time, use my name Rusty as the checkout, and you will get 20%. You'll get a discount. Okay. There's also a new thing coming up called Spreely.com that I'll be telling you more about soon. It's a new place instead of going to Facebook, and I think you're going to like it. All right, let's see here. Just popped up in my notifications. Been looking for 40 minutes. The show just started. Rolly, what are you talking about? I just started. Let's see here. Who we got here? Got tons. Linda, Brenda, Anna, James, Diana, Amelia. Brenda is in Texas. Harlan's in Ohio. Phil's in Montana. Adolph is there. Bonnie, Glenda, Dan, Levi. Bonnie is in Iowa. Deplorable, asking how I'm doing. I'm doing good. T. Wayne's there from Texas. Another deplorable from Ohio. First time checking us out live. Jeff, thank you. Appreciate you. Beaverton, Michigan, Diane. Jack is an Aussie deplorable. Ricky's from Georgia. Maura's in New York City. Rolly, Bill, Lynn, Patrick. All right, lots of folks. We will get to that in just a second. It's getting so disgusting. You remember when Hillary called us deplorables and how we kind of took that as a badge of honor, and rightfully so? The truth of the matter now is that the left has become severely disgusting and deplorable in their actions. Like this one. Do you recognize this left-wing radical anti-Trump protester? She is the professor who is making the false 35-year-old allegations against Judge Kavanaugh. Does this surprise you? Yeah, she's up there with her "not my president" sign. But we should believe her, right? Wrong. My friend John Hawkins made a great point today. He said, so why are smart men so concerned about the Me Too movement? because people think a 36-year-old allegation that sounds implausible with no date or time or location and that contradicts what she told a therapist should be all it takes to ruin a man's life. He's right. Did you read the allegations? Well, Kavanaugh physically pushed me into a bedroom as I was headed for the bathroom up a short stairwell from the living room. They locked the door and they played loud music. Yeah. They made it so it was impossible for me to yell for help. Kavanaugh was on top of me while laughing with Mr. Judge, who periodically jumped onto Kavanaugh. They both laughed as Kavanaugh tried to disrobe me in their highly inebriated state. With Kavanaugh's hand over my mouth, I feared he may inadvertently kill me. From across the room, a very drunken judge said in mixed words to Kavanaugh, "Yeah, go for it. And stop." At one point, Judge jumped onto the bed. The weight on me was substantial. The pile toppled and the two scraped with each other. After a few attempts to get away, I was able to take this opportune moment to get up and run across the hallway bathroom. I locked the bathroom door behind me. Both loudly stumbled down the stairs as well, at which point the other persons in the house were talking with them. I exited the bathroom and ran outside and went home. Okay, that is a horrible, horrible allegation. Absolutely terrible, but no proof, last minute, and again, I don't know. I don't want to see any woman have to go through anything like that, and here's the problem. When you have people make things up, which I believe she is making it up. I don't believe her allegations. At what point do people stop believing anybody? This Me Too movement is very powerful. It's very destructive. And it's scary. Let me ask the women. Okay, ladies. Do you believe her? Maybe it's because I'm a guy. I'm going to play devil's advocate for a second. Is it because I'm a man that I don't believe her? Do you think I'm being sexist? If so, I'd like to know your thoughts, ladies. Let's see here. Diane says her husband works for Fusion GPS. Is that true? I had not heard. I had not been in the news all day today. Morris says she has no idea. She doesn't remember a thing. Kara says Feinstein seems to be backtracking now. I'll play that video in just a second. Let's see here. Sorry about that. Somebody is calling. Did that ruin the whole show? Am I still there? Okay. He's their attorney. Oh, Diane says that the guy Fusion GPS he's the Fusion GPS attorney. Come on, really? She will not show on Monday, and her lawyer can't back her either. Rochelle does not believe her at all. Mitchell says if she said she didn't know where she was at, how did she get home? Mary says the Clinton cartel is paying her millions. I don't think they're paying her a nickel. I think these people who are so far to the left, and it's just like what I asked the question, does the left have any honor anymore? Is there any truth? Do they care about the truth? They do not. And there is no honor because the ends justify the means. It is more important to destroy Kavanaugh and ultimately more important to destroy Donald Trump than it is to tell the truth. That's what's going on here. Bill says her brother works for Fusion, not her husband. Bonnie says, I don't believe her either. I've been traumatized in my 73 years, and I remember everything about everything. Oh, boy. Bonnie, I'm sorry to hear that. Rolly says she's vengeful. Rosanna says, is it Rosanna? Roseanne says, I don't believe her. I think she's getting paid to say this. That's what I believe. I don't think she's getting paid. I think, again, it is ends justify the means, and then she'll get paid later. If she decides to testify, and I'm not so on the side where she'll never do it, like a lot of people are. I'm also not on the side saying she's going to do it. I'm kind of, I don't know. I'm going 50-50, which isn't really putting my neck on the line too much. But I think if she does do it and get out there more, it's all about her becoming a feminist icon. She'll get paid later with the speeches and the books and, the documentaries and all kinds of things. Mark agrees. No truth and honor on the left. I am correct. Thank you. Let's look at Dianne Feinstein, shall we? And by the way, she is looking, I'm not trying to be ageist, but this is a woman who has great power. She looks very frail to me. She looks, just frail is a great word. And I'm not an ageist. But I do believe that, when you hit 85 or something, there should be a cutoff, an age limit to be in the Senate. I don't think anybody is mentally or physically capable of being one of the most powerful people in the world at 85. Now, I'm not going to be a millennial. Well, yeah, at 40, they're too old. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying when, the body's really breaking down. I don't know. I'm curious what you think on that one, too. Should there be... And let's not say term limits because they'll never do that. How about, should there be an age limit to be in Congress? Well, let's take a list of Dianne Feinstein today.
Mr. Judge, do you plan to have him come in and speak as well?
Well, I have no say. I'm the lead Democrat, but the Republicans control. So this is all up to the Republican side.
Okay.
And I think it's really too bad that no one called her or called her lawyer. My understanding is she got emails. And this is a woman, and I really believe, who's been profoundly impacted by this. Now, I can't say everything's truthful. I don't know.
Right.
But I do know that they had to contact her lawyers. And
I do know that she's really going to hurt Trump and Kavanaugh. And I do know that if we can... that if we can maybe spread this out a little bit longer, that we can maybe stop this and we'll lie and cheat and steal. I do know that. I also do know I need it depends. And I'm sorry.
And our side isn't putting this together. The Republican side is putting it together.
Well, that's how
and
stupid.
If nothing ever comes of it and she doesn't respond to the call, do you think that just the accusation alone will... and the uncertainty around whether the accuracy of the, or the validity of the accusation.
Well, I'm a prophet. I can't tell you what impact it'll be.
It might have. But you think it might affect some members?
Pardon me?
Do you think it might inflect
and I know she did not want to go public. That's why I didn't make the letter public, because I couldn't be assured of what would happen. And unfortunately, that was taken out of my control.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for your time, Senator Feinstein. You have a fantastic rest of your day.
Okay. Is it me or is she looking really frail? Like dangerously sick? Nancy Pelosi, I do believe, has early onset Alzheimer's, too. You watch and see. She's gonna, and I don't wish it on her. Just like I couldn't stand John McCain. I didn't wish death or brain cancer on him. I'm not like that. Now, see, the people on the left, they party. When, Scalia died, they partied. When Reagan died, they partied. That's how evil they are. Again, they have no honor. And lying, cheating, and stealing is okay because they want to rush us over the cliff into destruction of our nation as we know it. That's what I say. Joyce says the law doesn't apply to the left. Joyce says her and Olive Oil Bader need to go. Michael says, remember, for 20 years she had a Chinese spy working for her. That's a great point. And there's a story that hardly got anything. Hardly any news at all. For 20 years. I want you to think about it. 20 years. So 20 years ago, what was the number? Okay, 20 years ago would have been 1998, right? I'm terrible with math. Let's see. What were the top movies in 1998? Let's see here. Top movies, 1998. Saving Private Ryan. The Truman Show. The Big Lebowski. American History X. Armageddon. Deep Impact. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. The Waterboy. Okay. Why do I bring this up? Mulan. There's Something About Mary. The Rounders. Patch Adams. Wild Things. 20 years, a lot of things have happened. Right? I think of all the things that you've done in your life in 20 years. And in 20 years, Dianne Feinstein didn't know that one of her guys was a Chinese spy. Meet Joe Black, Lost in Space. Shakespeare in Love. The Wedding Singer. Love The Wedding Singer. Rush Hour. Anyway, 20 years. How much damage did that guy do? How much information did he get to the Chinese government? And she's still in office. And as a matter of fact, still a respected member of the United States Senate. People listen to her. Whew. Let's see. Jamie says, government doesn't hire after you reach 38. You should retire them at 70. Kara says she's taken a page from Harry Reid. Remember, with no proof, someone told him that Romney hadn't paid taxes. Right. All you got to do is make an accusation. That's all. That's everything about what's going on the left right now. All you got to do is make it up. In the words of the great philosopher Penn Jillette of Penn and Teller. And when you're doing magic tricks, he says, all you got to do is lie. That's it. Just lie. Doesn't cost anything. Just lie. And instead of it being for entertainment, as Penn Jillette does for magic, the Democrats go, wait a second. That's all we got to do for politics? What a great idea. Miriam wants to know if Dianne Feinstein is in it for profit, or is she a prophet? That's funny. James says they thought just the accusation would be enough to derail the nomination. Now it's time for damage control. Diane says a prophet she is not. How many homes does she have? Bill says, yeah, he was a Chinese office manager. He was a driver. He had access to everything. Probably still doing damage, says Reagan. Last time I checked, the burden of proof was on the accuser, says Reagan. Yep. Oh, Anna brings up, yeah, Godzilla was in the theaters. Not a great Godzilla movie. Let's see here. What else? Yeah, but Feinstein is blaming Republicans for this now. It's Republicans' fault. Brian says the deep state is evil. Yep. And while all of that's going on, Hillary Clinton has the huevos to come out and actually continue tweeting and blame Trump for everything. Donald Trump refuses to be subject to the law. Wah. The legitimacy of our elections are in doubt. The president is waging war on the truth. Wah. This administration is undermining the national unity that makes democracy possible. And there is breathtaking corruption. Are you freaking kidding me, Hillary Clinton? Hillary Clinton, is complaining about breathtaking corruption? This whole mess is because of you, Hillary. This whole thing. And you've got the huevos to come out and blame Donald Trump. Who in the world do you think you are, lady? Wow. I mean, all I can say is, isn't it sad when cousins marry? I think her parents were cousins. I'm not sure. Oh, this is just sent to me. Hold on. Let me just see if I can. Do I have termites? Worse, it appears the entire neighborhood seems to be infested with liberals. She seriously can't accept that she lost that election. None of the left can. It's 2 years later. Kathy says you call her a lady. Sorry. You're right. All right, something else really bothered me today. I have to be careful with how I present this because the word police is out in force on social media, which is why they're suggesting you start going to Spreely. Spreely.com, which is short for speakfreely.com. And go and sign up, get your account there. We're going to start moving stuff over there pretty soon. The problem that the left has had for a long time is because they don't have a foundation of faith in God, a foundation in something more powerful than them. They have moved that faith into the power of government. And because there is no reward for being a good person, such as an afterlife, all the rewards have to be here on earth, and all of the rewards seem to revolve around your loins. And because all the rewards seem to revolve around the loins, well, that seems to be, everything revolves around that when it comes to the left. And now, this is a story today. Bert and Ernie are gay, says a writer. But Sesame Street insists that they are non-sexual puppets. Of course they're non-sexual puppets. They're puppets. And let's just guess. I haven't even read this whole story yet, but let me just guess. The writer is probably gay, and the writer is a leftist. Okay, let's just go through the story and see if I'm right. Okay? Because this is as far as I had to get. Telly fans have been convinced for years that the lovable pair who share a basement apartment in the long-running kids show but sleep in different bed are lovers. Okay. The true nature of Bert and Ernie, I'm speaking like that because it's coming from the British Sun and they use the word telly, so it threw me off. The true nature of Bert and Ernie's very special friendship has been a hotly debated mystery ever since the iconic children's show first aired in 1969. Many were convinced the two lovable characters who shared a basement apartment on 123 Sesame Street but slept in different beds were gay lovers. Does the different beds matter? Normally gay lovers, would they not sleep in the same bed? I'm just axing. So a Sesame Street writer has revealed that the live-in pair were gay lovers. Blah, 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 blah. After decades of speculation, Mark Saltzman, who joined the team in 1984, has revealed he did indeed write Bert and Ernie as a gay couple. Now, again, he didn't start till 1984. The characters came out in 1969, but he just decided he was going to start writing them gay. And what a shock! Script and songwriter Mark Saltzman, wearing red, says they have reflected his own same-sex relationship with film editor Arnold Glassman. So, again, what a shock. A guy from the left, a far left-winger, a guy who is gay himself, cannot keep his loins out of the storyline, and now he decides he's going to write Bert and Ernie as gay because that's what children need at 3 and 4 years old, to have gay characters shoved down their attention. I mean, it's just silly and stupid, and again, another attempt to force left-wing culture, to force it upon everybody else, whether you like it or not. And I don't care if you're gay, straight, I don't care I don't care. I do care that you're trying to sexualize children at ages 3 and 4. That's the problem. And Diane's right. They're disgusting perverts. It's just like when there was that drag queen reading stories at the library. Oh, isn't it great? We're all drag queens. No! And again, you want to be a drag queen, fine. But you don't want to shove that down kids' throats. Hey, I'm a heterosexual, and let me tell you what I did with my wife last night. Hey, come on here, kids. Let me show you. Hey, see this? And sure is a Playboy. Woo! Yeah. I mean, is that next? Should I be doing that? No, of course not. Jack says, if I remember correctly, Laverne and Shirley had beds in the same room. Never once thought of them as gay. Yeah, maybe that's next. Laverne and Shirley were gay. United States Senator wants men to just shut up. I don't even know this senator. Senator Mazie Hirono. Where's she from? Hawaii? Let's see here. And ladies, is she right? Do men have no reason to speak? She says, for once I did not, let's see here. Senator Mazie Hirono, for once, did not mince words. She's held men, especially those in government, responsible for the harrowing experience of coming forward with allegations against a powerful man. Guess who's perpetrating all these kinds of actions? It's the men in this country, she said at a press conference. I just want to say, men in the country, shut up.
Let me just add one thing here. I think we all know when something is unfair, when something smells. And we all know this.
Yes, we do.
Let's face it, this is so patently unfair to her. And what really bothers me and gets me so angry is that the White House is victimizing this person. Why don't we get that out there? That why should we participate in a victimization?
Okay, I'm going to get to her in a second. I can't believe a White House would victimize a woman. I'm shocked she would even say something like that, especially as a Democrat. I mean, what president would go after a young woman who he had a relationship with when she was 19 years old and he was president, and every Democrat said it was no big deal? And then they destroyed Monica Lewinsky, ruined Monica Lewinsky's life. And she's up here saying that the woman who no one has ever heard of before, who brings up allegations right before the vote. Okay, this is just breaking. Full letter has been released. Kavanaugh accuser demands full FBI investigation before testimony. Didn't they already have 6 FBI investigations? What more do these? Okay, let's listen to her, and then we'll try to read this letter. I mean, this is just ridiculous.
Of someone who has the courage to come forward. And she is under absolutely no obligation to participate in a smearing of her and her family. And that
but it's okay to smear Kavanaugh, and it's okay to smear his family. That's A-okay. That's okie-doke. Oops, sorry. Now I'll be accused of doing white power, which I don't even know how that is, white power, but whatever. Continue.
That is why I am very clear about what needs to happen, but at the same time, if the Republicans go forward, with their plan to railroad this and to fast track this, as they have so many other nominations. I expect the members of the press to talk about how unfair this all is. I don't think that's editorializing. That's laying out some facts.
No, there are no facts in this, lady. None. It is an accusation that's 30-something years old by a woman that doesn't have all the facts. I mean, there's no facts here. This is he said, she said. Two guys who she said were there, they both said it didn't happen. But she says it did, and now the entire government of the United States of America is screeching to a halt to try to stop something that a far left-wing activist doesn't want to have happen.
I expect that from you guys.
Do you think that...
You're one of just 4 women on the committee.
Yes.
How does that impact the proceedings, if at all?
Of course it helps that there are women on that committee, but you know what? I expect the men in this country and the men in this committee, and many of them, believe me, because we all signed on to this letter to demand an FBI investigation, but really, guess who's perpetuating all of these kinds of actions? It's the men in this country, and I just want to say to the men in this country, just shut up and step up. Do the right thing. For a change. Okay, you can see I'm a little upset by this, the unfairness of it.
So by the way, we do not have freedom of speech now, according to this hag. She wants me, because I'm a man, because I have my loins, my powerful loins, I have to shut up because I'm different than her. I'm different. She doesn't like me because I'm different. Wow. Now, I will say this. Yeah, as Reagan says, the men wearing skinny jeans and man buns, they should shut up. That I agree with. But see, what is happening is that she wants to be able to destroy me and anybody else, any man, at whim. I can have anybody that I've ever met in my life, and I've met hundreds of thousands of people. People I've never met, I got a picture taken with. Oh, do you know who you were with back in 1972? No. Well, that person, I'll tell you. Have you heard the story of, I'll come back to her in a second. I've told the story a bunch, but maybe you haven't heard it. Have you heard the story of who taught me how to play basketball? I'll tell you the story. Because, this could affect my life. Okay, you make the call. Should I be taken off the air because of this? And I'll bet you some lefties would say yes. About 1969, 1970-ish. I'm 4 years old, 3 years old. And I grew up in the Seattle area, a place called Des Moines, and my mother grew up in a town called Tacoma. And she still had friends there. My dad had some friends. My stepdad had some friends there. And so every Sunday, we would go to their friend's house, and they would watch 60 Minutes back when that was a big show and people cared. And the kids, we had to go outside. You kids go outside. We're going to watch the liberal crap 60 Minutes. Okay. So we go outside, and next door there was this old guy. And when I mean old, I'm talking like he was in high school, right? I'm 3 or 4, high school. That could be 100, So anyway, his name was Teddy. And Teddy, every Sunday, we'd go outside, and they had a basketball court, and we would play basketball with Teddy. And Teddy would help me dribble the ball, and he'd pick me up and let me slam dunk the ball. And so every Sunday, we'd play with Teddy. So now, fast forward, and I'm in high school. Mom says, remember Teddy? When you were a little kid, you played basketball with Teddy? Yeah, whatever happened to that guy? Well, Teddy's in the news. Teddy's in the news? Why? Teddy Bundy. I learned how to play basketball when I was 3 or 4 years old by Ted Bundy, the serial killer. Okay? Now, you could, in today's world, the Democrats could say Rusty Humphries hung out with a serial killer, and because of that, I should be in some kind of trouble. Oh, it's a true story. I'll give you one more. I used to deliver newspapers for the Des Moines News. Okay? Des Moines, Washington. Des Moines is midway. You get off the Midway Des Moines exit, which Midway is midway between Seattle and Tacoma. Okay? And so I used to deliver the Des Moines News, and there was this house I used to deliver. It was a green house, and it was on the way. Not only did I deliver papers, but we'd pass this house to go down the hill to go to the Covenant Beach camp, which they had a swimming pool that we'd go to every summer. So this house, this green house, who I delivered newspapers to for years, I saw on the news one time. It's like, wait a second. I know that house. The home of teacher Mary Kay Letourneau. So I delivered newspapers to Mary Kay Letourneau. She was the really kind of the first teacher that hooked up with her like 8-year-old or 12-year-old student, and then she got pregnant by him. All that happened in my neighborhood. Look in the story, Des Moines, Washington, or Normandy Park, Washington, and it was at the marina, and it was all of that stuff happened. Well, I did deliver newspapers to Mary Kay Letourneau, and Mary Kay Letourneau was a child molester. And because Mary Kay Letourneau was a child molester and went to jail, and I delivered newspapers to her house, I should probably be in trouble. This is kind of how far things are going. And I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Yeah, they had a baby together. Yeah, they're still married. And you know how they make money? The last I saw, they, let's see, what's his name? Vili. V-I-L-I, I think. Vili. And I forget his name. Rolly says, are you trying to bring property values up in Arizona? No. He's a DJ, and they go to nightclubs, and they have hot for teacher nights in Seattle. Yeah. Although Vili's probably in his 30s now. It's been a while. Okay. Are they Democrats? That I don't know. You know what I do know? Let's see. Let me check in with folks first, and then I have an important message for you. There's the letter. There's a letter. They just said there's a letter. Let me see here. Let's read the letter. Okay. This is coming out now. Mark wants to know if I'm holding in suppressed memories of abuse. No, I'm telling you the stories. All right. Yes, I saw that interview. Okay. What is this? Sir, come on. Kavanaugh accuser Christine Blasey Ford demands full investigation by the FBI before testifying in letter to her lawyers, from her lawyers. So I guess, okay, hold on. What do we have there? Donald Trump's Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh is accused of sexual assault. What? Washington Post's Christine reports that Christine wrote a detailed account of sexual assault and allegations against Brett Kavanaugh. California professor, writer of confidential Brett Kavanaugh letters, speaks out on her allegation of sexual assault. Christine Blasey Ford is a 51-year-old psychology professor in California. The assault reportedly occurred when she was 15 and he was 17. She alleges that Kavanaugh was stumbling drunk when he corralled her into a bedroom during a house party in D.C.'s Maryland suburbs. While his friend watched, Kavanaugh pinned her to a bed on her back and groped her all over her clothes, grinding his body against hers and clumsily attempting to pull off her one-piece bathing suit clothing she wore over it. When she tried to scream, she said he put his hand over her mouth. "I thought he might inadvertently kill me," said Ford, now a 51-year-old research psychologist in Northern California. "He was trying to attack and remove my clothing." The friend, Ford says, witnessed and broke up the alleged assault. Mark Judge denied the incident. Kavanaugh classmate named in letter strongly denies the allegations of misconduct. In late July, Ford reportedly sent the confidential account obtained by Senator Dianne Feinstein. It leaked, and Feinstein announced she was referring it to the FBI. "I support Mrs. Ford's decision to share her story, and now that she has, it's in the hand of the FBI to conduct an investigation. This should happen before the Senate moves forward on this nominee." The story of the assault originally appeared in the New Yorker magazine, but Ford was not identified. Kavanaugh responded to the New Yorker's article. "I categorically and unequivocally deny this allegation. I did not do this back in high school or at any time." Categorically and unequivocally denies. The White House says it stands with Judge Kavanaugh.
Should not be insulted. She should be heard. Judge Kavanaugh, who has categorically denied these allegations, will also have an opportunity to address them under oath. Remember, folks, that long before this happened, there were Democrats who said they would not vote for Judge Kavanaugh, and they wouldn't vote for anybody that President Trump nominated to the Supreme Court. Let's remember that.
Senate Democrats want to delay Kavanaugh's nomination until the FBI concludes an investigation into Ford's claim. And now Ford, that's what she wants. All 10 Democratic members of the Senate Judiciary Committee urged Chairman Chuck Grassley to postpone the vote on Kavanaugh's nomination. By the way, didn't they do that before this came out? Yeah, look at all these senators. Look at all these hypocrites. Look at all these liars. Look at all these cheaters. It's a list of them. It's a list of liar, cheaters, and Spartacuses. Senate Republicans have mixed responses to the allegations. It's disturbing that these uncorroborated allegations from more than 35 years ago during high school would surface on the eve of a committee vote after Democrats sat on them in July. If Ranking Member Feinstein and other committee Democrats took this claim seriously, they should have brought it to the full committee attention much earlier, said Chuck Grassley, and he's right. Jeff Flake, who's a flake? If they push forward without any attempt with hearing what she had to say, I'm not comfortable voting yes. Well, that's why we don't vote yes for you, Jeff Flake. Professor Ford and Judge Kavanaugh should both testify under oath before the Judiciary Committee, says Senator Susan Collins. Lindsey Graham says, however, if Ms. Ford wishes to provide information to the committee, I would gladly listen to what she has to say and compare that against all other information we have received about Judge Kavanaugh. Senator Bob Corker, who is a piece of garbage, told Politico that it would be in the best for all nominees if the committee delayed a confirmation vote. These Republicans have turned into Democrats. The hearings are now over. If there's a real substance to it, it demands a response. There's no substance to it. Christine Blasey Ford says she is willing to testify before Congress among the allegations, but she wants the FBI to do a report first. Now, really? When you go to court, do you have the FBI do reports on everything? Where does this happen? It's just silly. It's silly and it's disgusting. Okay. Before I wrap things up, for some reason my screen has gone dark. Hold on a second. Let's see if I can fix it. I'm just going to put my hand over this. Is it lighter? Magic. Collar's weird tonight. So, I've been talking about my new company. I've been mentioning it to you a few times. It's called the Humphries Group. And it's something that I'm doing to try to help people. And it's kind of funny. I'm getting all these emails. You're going to put my email on a list of my phone number. You're going to sell it or something. Are you kidding? I'm not organized enough to sell your email or phone number or anything else like that. Number one. Number two, I wouldn't do it. That's just not me. What I want to be able to help you with, and the reason I got into this business, I talked about it yesterday, was when my wife passed away. She was 34 years old, and I did not have life insurance on her. I didn't think I needed it. Now, at 34, it would have been cheap. It would have been nothing, $20, $30 a month at the most. And I went, And my family suffered gravely because I wasn't prepared. And I know a lot of people think, well, I've got enough life insurance. I don't need this. Get off my tea. Life. Who wants to talk about life insurance? Nobody wants to talk about life insurance. I don't want to talk about life insurance. I want you to live a long, healthy, prosperous life, and I want you to never die. Believe me, we need all the listeners and viewers we possibly can have. Okay? I'm too young, Rusty. Great, get it now while it's cheap. I'm too old, Rusty. Get it before it's too late. I have enough through work. Do you know if you leave your job, you lose that? And if you lose that, by the time you get it, it's more expensive. So here's what I'm offering to do, and that is just to help. I want to help you get coverage so that if something happens to you, an accident or natural causes, your family is covered. Think about what happens when your best friend passes away. Well, I'll just sell the house. Really? You're going to sell the house? You're going to do it in a month? Do you think the bank cares that your best friend just passed away? They do not. They don't. They want the money now. Well, we'll just sell the house. Really? Okay. So you're going to lose your best friend. You're going to pack everything up. You're going to get it ready to sell, and then you're going to sell it within a month. No, you're not. And I don't mean to be so forceful, but you've been lied all day long. You've been lied to by politicians all day long. Lied to. So somebody's going to tell you the truth, and that's going to be me. I want to help you get a smaller policy, something that will cover you so that you have time and control over your finances. Okay? I know nobody wants to talk about it, but I want to help you. So email me for help, for info. I'm happy to look at what you have, give you some suggestions, try to find what you need. RustyOnline777@gmail.com. Send me your name, city and state you live in, and your phone number, and a good time to call you. Okay? And either I or my partner, Eric, will give you a call, and we'll see what we can do for you. If we can't do anything, if you say, well, Russ, this is what I have, I'll go, I can't beat that. Keep what you have. That's great. Or I'll say, let me give you some options and help you out, okay? So, there's also new plans you get your money back. This also can help you with mortgage protection. Most mortgage protection, the money goes to the bank. This goes to your family. So do the right thing for you and your family. Email me. Hey, Rusty, can you help me out? RustyOnline777@gmail.com. RustyOnline777@gmail.com. Name, city and state, phone number, and a good time for me or Eric to give you a call. Okay? That I would appreciate. Other than that, I'm pretty much tired of the news today. I get tired and disgusted, and this is one of the reasons why I don't do 3 hours of radio anymore. I'm so disgusted with the news and politics. I've been doing it so long. It just disgusts me, and I don't want to sit around and do it all day long. Jack says, am I going to home and auto insurance too? No, it's a different business. Here's something else I've learned in doing this. If you go to the same kind of insurance companies where you get your home and your auto, they don't have as good of policies available as the ones that do life and health. So you kind of want to separate those companies. And I work with great companies. I work with Mutual of Omaha. I work with Transamerica. I work with National Life Group, America. Some of the best insurance, 35 different companies I work with for you. Okay. Diane says, Kara, my husband and brother died of cancer. Husband was 47, brother was 43. Ugh. Get rich on, and there's one other thing I can help you with. There's some great things I can do if you've got younger kids or younger people, like in their 30s and younger. I can help you have hundreds of thousands of dollars in the bank by the time they're retired. I love those. All right, that is about it for me. Do yourself a favor. There is a new website. I don't know enough about this, but I'll know more soon. Go to Spreely.com. Spreely.com. There's a new social media platform. No censorship, no deleting posts, no shadow banning. And we may be moving over there pretty sooner rather than later, so go check that out. Also, check out Liberty One TV. Great hosts like my friend Pete Santelli and Rob Carson, and just a bunch of great shows there. If you haven't watched them, you really should. LibertyOneTV.com. Virtual Shield, the easiest to use and the fastest VPN in the world. You know that when you type in your search history and all of a sudden stuff starts popping up, the commercials of the same stuff that you typed in, that's because they sell your data. Stop that. And you can do it, protect your family, easily and inexpensively by going to virtualshield.com/Rusty. Use my name, Rusty, as a promo code. You'll get a deal. Get a discount. You'll be glad you did. Okay? Thank you, Right Wing News. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Francesca. Thank you, Demel's Papa, Kara, Diane, Sherry, Bill, Jack, Rolly, Greg, Linda, Joyce, everybody. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I'm here 9 p.m. in the East, 6 p.m. in the West, Monday through Thursday, unless I got something else going on. May God bless you. May God bless America. My name is Rusty Humphries, and this is the Rusty Humphries Rebellion.